Welcome to Divine Feminine Voices, where we explore and define feminine consciousness. Are you wanting to find your sacred expression in the world? Today, my guest, Cynthia James, is going to share with us a powerful insight about finding your voice. Stay with us. Cynthia James is a transformational coach and one of today's brightest and best loved inspirational leaders. She guides people to make changes at a deep level for lasting change. Her own life was transformed as she transcended a violent and abusive childhood. Through education and personal healing, she created the foundation for all her programs. Her work in self-care strategies and emotional integration supports adults and teens internationally. She is a multiple award-winning author of the books What Will Set You Free? Revealing Your Extraordinary Essence, a book I really love, and the #1 Amazon bestseller, I Choose Me, The Art of Being a Phenomenally Successful Woman at Home and at Work. Cynthia, I'm so excited that you're here. I know we had a lovely little conversation before we get started, and I'm really, really thrilled for people to meet you and get to know your voice in the world. So, welcome.
Misa, thank you so much. I love spending time with you. I love our conversations. There's never a lack of us having something to say. So it's awesome. Thank you.
True enough. So you have such a beautiful presence in the world. And as I was reflecting on you last night, getting ready for this, I thought, you really are chosen for what you do. And I think that many of us feel that way, that we're chosen for something, but we don't quite know what that means or what to do. And so when you think of the concept of being chosen, what does that mean to you?
It's so funny that you said that, because I have a new CD called Chosen. And this, I just so chosen means that you're here by a divine appointment. This is not a mistake. Whatever, however you came in, whatever has happened to you is a part of this journey, because you were chosen to rediscover, because it's already encoded, rediscover your light, your gifts, your reason for being, because the planet and everyone on the planet and everything on the planet needs that energy. If we're all operating at that level, we're change agents.
Oh, it's so true. And that awareness, I think, is inside of us when we're here at this time. But it's really a scary proposition, isn't it? To think that we've been chosen and now what do I do?
Well, because we've watched so many people, that have been change agents in the world, not be liked so much, be punished, and even killed at times, because they brought their voices and they brought their energy. But this is what I want to say. I believe that those people are modeled for us to say, yeah, everybody didn't love it. There were things that happened, but I was in integrity with my soul, and I did what I came here to do, which was to awaken people. When you think of Gandhi and you think of Mother Teresa and you think of Martin Luther King Jr., when you think of those people, we are still connecting to their words, still connecting to their messages, even if we're still kind of floundering as humanity, because they delivered what they came here to do.
Yeah, it's so true. And their imprint, their sacred essence lives on and on and on into generations into the future. And I think there's a hunger in a lot of us, especially women that are awakening right now, this sense of what is it that I'm going to leave that matters?
Yeah, that's right. One of the things I ask all of my clients is, what's your legacy? What legacy do you want to leave? And I have them even write a description of, the legacy statement that people read after they're gone, even. And I feel like we all have a legacy, but this is what I want to say. It evolves. it doesn't mean you come in and you know you got the blueprint and now here we go. It evolves as you evolve. It grows as you grow. It shifts as you shift. And so for me, that's an important thing to know because people think their purpose, is something they have to find. And I'm like, no, it lives in you. And it will change over time because you do. You're not the same as you were last week.
That's so true. And I love the way you said that it lives in you. You're born with it.
Right.
And I think we get stuck on it's a thing you do
Right.
rather than a way you are.
Yes. Well, and I look at you and I look at some of the women I admire on the planet, and I'm aware that there have been many levels to your expansion and your growth. And who you are today is a culmination of all of those levels, bringing you to share your gifts, your passion in this way, in this moment. And it wasn't ready 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that because I think one of the things that can hold us back is that sense of yes, but. And we're reflecting on our failures of the past, right? So, how could I possibly be here by, you know, divine ordination to do something significant when look at what I've done?
Right.
We're defining ourselves by our past, and you talk about that in your TED talk.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
deep work.
It took me a long time to get that my past didn't define me. It took, it, you know, because when you whatever lineage you come from, you're affected by it. And so my lineage had a lot of abuse and trauma and all kinds of stuff, and lack mentality and limited belief systems. And so that's what I was carrying. So the work was really shedding all of that stuff so I could get to it, and doing what I needed to do to go, that was there and it's real. I can't get rid of it, but it does not have to define this present moment or my future. I get to be the captain in charge of my ship. I get to bring the energy and the light of who I came here to be, despite what anybody might think or want to give me their opinion about. I get to choose. That is so exciting to me.
It is. And I think that that awareness that it's a constant choice. I can live back there in the pain of my ancestors and the pain of my life, or I can choose for things to be different. And one of the great women in my life, it was a really important moment I want to share. She was listening to me and I was complaining about a spiritual teacher and a way he had reacted to me like years ago. And she looked at me with all the love and compassion in her heart and she said, everybody has the right to change. And I melted. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And I teach this stuff. Thank you, sister, for helping me. Right? Because I hadn't extended to him the same courtesy that he
Right.
could change.
Yes. Yes. Well, and isn't that why we interact? I tell people that some of those challenging people are the greatest teachers. They're the greatest teachers that have come in and agreed through whatever soul contract or whatever to bring to you this instant to see what will you choose for your health, for your well-being, for your mental and emotional stability. What will you choose? They're a teacher, and if you don't judge them, and if you're not mad and fighting, then you get to go, okay, there's an opportunity here. This person may or may not stay in my life, but I get to choose. What do I need to know now? What's the lesson here? So that when I go forward, I don't have to repeat this class.
Yes, they catapult you to discover who you really are, what you're really made of, and what's really important to you because we don't get all that triggering around things that aren't important.
Exactly.
It's pretty darned important to you. And I think in that process, we also thankfully discover our voice. And I really want to explore this with you. What, in your opinion, is your voice? What is a person's voice, and why is that so important to discover?
You know, I think the voice is really the totality of our expression. It's just not the sound of our voice or the mechanism in our throat that creates sound. It can be your artistry, it can be your writing, it can be your dancing, it can be the way you dress. It's like, it's really about your authenticity being revealed so that no matter where you are and what you are doing, you feel so comfortable in your skin, and you're not afraid to speak your truth, bring your energy, walk away from things that don't support your health and your well-being. I mean, it's really full expression.
Mm, mm, I love that. And there's something you said that really stuck for me. And you said your artistry,
Yes.
your artistry. And when I go to your website, Cynthia, I see that. You are the palette, right? And you see it visually in you, but also when I listen to you, I hear your artistry as well. It's that you have that unique way of speaking to universal principles and
Mhm.
truths. But
Mhm.
it's the way you say it. It's your life and past experience. It's what you know and what you're feeling your aspiration is calling you into that comes through your voice, but also you.
Yes.
That's powerful.
And I want anyone who's listening to this to know, um, there's no arrival. You keep evolving. But the other part is like it took me a very long time to find me, because I thought I needed outside validation. I thought I needed people to value me. I thought that the more I did and the more I accomplished, the closer I would get to being seen and revealing my authenticity. But that wasn't it. It was like I had to get to the authenticity before any of this other stuff could happen. And that's a journey. So wherever you are in this path, wherever you are, it's okay. Do the exploration, do the reflection, and go, is this serving me? Is this allowing my artistry, my heart, my being to flourish and thrive? And if it's not, choose differently.
Mm. I'm really curious about what you think about this. I truly believe, and there's plenty of psychology to back this up, that when we're children, we really know our artistry, our expression. You talked about that in your TED talk, that when you were young, you'd dance and you'd sing, and you were entertaining and you were gathering people's attention, right? That was a part of who you were. And then we go through this period of time where we seem to like, I don't know who I am, right? We lose touch with it. What is going on there? Why do you think that happens, that we lose touch with that essence?
Well, part of it is I think that we're enculturated to stay in boxes. You're the box of a woman, you're the box of an athlete, you're the box of a whatever you are. And that's not how it works. We're not boxes. We have a multifaceted. And I think, though, whether it's your family, whether it's the educational system, whether it's your job, whatever it is, they want you to be in this container because it's comfortable for them, whoever them is. And I think that if we want to be loved, if we want to be seen, if we want to be heard, if we want to feel safe, then we're going to try to fit in those containers. And that's where we lose sight. That's where we go, wow, I used to want to do this, or what was it that I thought I wanted as a kid? Because we're being pushed from all sides. That's why I think journaling, that's why I think, podcasts, that's why I think spiritual practices, all of those things keep you open so you can be in touch with that inner part of you that is so clear of who you are and who you come here to be. Those dreams that were us as children, have a part to play in our destiny.
You said that so beautifully. And that's what my native elder would have said, my first elder, that your destiny is encoded in who you are.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
already there, it's already who you are. And your child spirit absolutely is connected to the divine.
Yes, exactly. And
Beautiful.
you will, the universe will sync up with you and your heart's desires if you trust it.
Mm. And we lose that sense of trust with all the conditioning that you're talking about, right? Then we lose that connection. And then we go to workshops and we go to classes, right? I know I've been to a lot of them. Just trying
Totally.
to get back there again.
But it's like the thing is like you have to tap into what's encoded, but then you have to take action. You can't just think about it and meditate on it and talk about it and dream about it. It's like, yeah, it's like you have to move. And if you do small, simple steps towards the things that light you up, towards the things that inspire you and you're passionate about, the universe synchronicity will fly in and support you.
That is so true. I'm really glad you said that because I think as women, we've been seeking, because I work primarily with women, we seek this place of getting back to the stillness within us. And that's good. Reconnecting with our intuition and our dreams. That's powerful. And then we get afraid to act.
Yes, yes.
And we're asking why the universe isn't showering on us, right? And you just said it. That's why. It can't until we engage.
Well, and let's talk about it from the feminine perspective too, because we were property into the early 1900s. I mean, our job was to support the masculine. Our job was to take care of the home. Our job was to have the babies. Now, all of a sudden, it's like there's this opening as women are emerging, and we're going, well, is it safe to go out there and do that? Is it, is the universe going to support me? Am I going to alienate the people that I love? And let me just say, yes, the universe will support you. And not everybody will love your shining. But it's okay because people stay for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And if however long that person or that experience is supposed to be in there, if you stand in the truth of who you are, it will show you if it's a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And if it's just a season or a reason, you get to lovingly release it.
And bless them.
Yes. Hello.
They're the teachers, right? They're the ones that push you a little bit. Don't do this. It's not going to be safe. Why would you want to do that? How could you say that? And all the while, you're building strength.
Right. My first book, it took me a long time to write because the monkey mind was going, what have you got to say that's different? Who is going to get your book? Are you crazy? There's a lot of people out there. You don't even know what you're doing, blah, 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 blah. So then I wouldn't do anything. And then it would come back. You better write the book. And then it would start again, And so, that monkey mind chatter is a part of the enculturation. I get it. But the thing is like, what I got to was like, well, if I write this book and one person transforms, I've done my job. I've delivered that message.
That's right. That's so true. It's reminding me of a vision I had some years ago. And in my spiritual practice, in the native way that I was taught, you ask for a vision of your death. And the reason is because then you will live fully when you know about when you die and how you die, what you left. So you're going forward to look back really at this now, right? And one of my visions, Cynthia, I was watching this young woman I have not met in tears. And she's saying to her friend, she changed my life. One woman. So when I'm looking at my next book, which is sitting right here, the notes are right here next to the computer, and I'm saying, oh, you really want me to do this? Oh my God, this is big. For
Mm.
me, it's the next big thing. That's who I remember. That sweet woman I've never met, with tears in her eyes, she changed my life. Why? Because some woman years before me held that space for me and changed my life.
Oh, I love it. I love that. And I just want to tell you, you and I spoke before this that I have a new book coming out in September. It's been 4 years in the making. And I want to tell you why, because I think this is important. I knew I was called to do this book. And I even worked with someone to create a book proposal so I could send it to big publishers. And I mean, I just, my soul knew. And I sent it, and a big publisher said, "Oh, we really like this. Can you change a few things and then we'll send it up the pipeline?" I'm like, "Great." And so I did that, and I was all excited about it. And and then I get an email, and the email said, "We love your writing. We think you have something powerful to say, but your platform is not big enough for us to represent you." And for those who don't know, platform is how many followers you have here and how blah, 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 right? And I'm telling you this because this was really important. It flattened me. I all of a sudden, it's like all the insecurities, all the fear, everything came in, and I just pushed the book aside. So this is how the universe works. It's like, okay, there's no time and space, and I'll wait for you, but you're not going to do this forever, right? So it started coming back, like almost 2 years ago, it started coming back in visions and dreams. And so I kind of did the same thing. It's like, okay, my first book, my other books have touched people. Why is this book important? And what I got to is like, I need to write this for me, because the name of the book is Does My Voice Matter? And so I had to write how I got to my voice mattering. And so what I did was I invited 7 people I love and trust to read my chapters as I was writing them, to ask me questions, and to tell me what, if any, impact it was having. So I want you to know, I don't really think you ever get to a place where you don't go, whoa, okay, I'm nervous. Whoa, you know, but you can get right back into that place that says, why am I doing this? And what's the important, just like you said, if you change one person's life, that's huge.
It is. The ancient Egyptians said that is a life worthwhile, to have changed one life. So now I'm really curious, because I love this process that you chose to write and send it to people you loved and trusted. So there's an incubator there, right? There's a powerful incubator for something to grow. What did you learn about you in that process that surprised you?
Wow. Few things, because I would send a chapter and we would meet every 2 weeks. So the first thing I learned is that I could not procrastinate because they were waiting for the next chapter and I had to be ready. But the other part was I had to be open to whatever was about to be said to me. I had to trust that those people had come to me because I needed to hear, because there were men, there were women, different cultures. I mean, because I really wanted it to cross, be diverse, and I had to be humble enough to go, you don't know everything, these people love you and they want you to succeed. So listen. And I think when we look at what's going on in the world and the division, I think the ability to listen has been lost and covered over. Because if we could actually listen to one another and not try to win and not try to be right, we would start to understand how much we have that's similar.
That is so very, very true. Yeah, and there's a power in that discovery. I love the vulnerability there.
Yes.
That willingness to put yourself out there, your soul, your baby, your creation, and to receive from a community of people what is needed to strengthen it.
Yeah. And they were right on. I mean, not to say that I loved everything that they said to me, but they were right on in terms of the next level. We can only create at the level of our own consciousness. And when you invite other consciousness in, then you get to go, wow, can this go deeper? Can this have more impact? Can this be said in another way that will open hearts?
And that's what we're here to do. So I really honor your vulnerability in allowing that to happen. And I can't wait for your book to come out. So please let us know so we can all grab a copy and read it. I love your writing. And I also love how you touch lives. I'm wondering if, as we bring this to a close, is there a story that you can share about a woman in addition to you, somebody you know, somebody you've worked with? Give us an indication about what happens when a woman finds her voice.
Ah, so I will tell you about this woman. We have my partner and I have this part of our organization called the Academy of Women Emerging, and it's for women in business who really want to step out into the world. And until COVID hit, every January we were doing this in-person conference. And then we would invite people into our programs, whether it was the mastermind or awe. And I'm walking down the hall, and this woman literally is having a meltdown. And one of my coaches is walking with her, but you can see, I mean, it's almost like she's disassociating. And so I sat down with her and I said, let's talk, what's going on here? And basically what was happening to her is everything around her was disintegrating. And so she was calling herself a failure. She had all these names, right? And she said, I want to go into your program, but I just think I'll just screw up another thing. And it was just, I mean, and so I said, well, what if you could lean into the consciousness of the group and let's support you in moving forward? Would you be willing to try that? So that was 4 years ago. Last year, she sold her business. She's done a TED Talk. She's got her own podcast. She's stepping out into the world in a much bigger way. I know, right? I mean, I just want to go like,
Yep.
Because for whatever reason, in that moment, even through her meltdown, she could hear that that she could trust.
Yeah. Oh. And she leaned in with you. She leaned in with the women and the
Right.
people there. Oh my God, what a beautiful story. Oh, I still have shivers. That is powerful. Powerful. Well, Cynthia, leave us with one tip for finding our own voices.
Document your dreams, whether it's a dream that you have at night that you remember, or whether it's something inside of you that's rising and you don't even know how to get there. Document them and then ask the universe, show me how.
Hmm. Oh, yes. And the second part, show me how, is so important. I love
Yeah,
that. Yeah, that's excellent because that's your direct divine connection.
absolutely.
That's it. Awesome. Awesome. So you have a gift. Would you like to talk about that? And we'll make sure everybody has a link to it.
Yeah, it's a 7 steps to freedom. And it's steps I've used with my clients, and it's steps I've given to people to just give you kind of a little bit of roadmap, because we all want to be free, we all want to be fully expressed. And so this little ebook will come into your email, and I hope the tools can help you. I mean, they've helped me and they've helped my clients, and I feel like if your goal is to be free and authentic and fully expressed, this could be a support.
Beautiful. That's perfect. Thank you. And everyone, the link to Cynthia's gift is down below. So be sure to go and get that, pick up the free gift. You can also pick up, I want everyone to know, the free holding meditation for the Divine Feminine in Healing and Awakening is available. Go grab that too, load up. And of course, if you love what you've heard today, then subscribe to my YouTube channel for even more. And so, could we etherically give Cynthia a big hug and a thank you for all the love she's showered on us today? Love you so much. Thank you, darling, for great wisdom.